Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Arsenal. Atalanta nil, Arsenal nil match reaction. And how am I feeling? Listen, I always say if you can't win a game, make sure you don't lose it. And I think that is a fair result. I don't think any team deserved to win today. I don't think we did enough to win, and I don't think Atalanta did enough to win. Now, at the beginning of the league phase, right after the Champions League draw was made, I said if you get to run 15, 16 points, you're going to be okay for the top 8. And I predicted Arsenal to get 5 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss. So that is 1 draw gone. And we still have some tough fixtures coming up against Sporting away, Inter Milan away, and PSG at home. All the others should really win, and then you need to win one of those big games coming up. I wasn't the greatest of performances. Now, I don't know how you're going to look at it. Is it, saving a bit of energy because you have Man City over the weekend? Don't play too much, energy. Conserve your energy for the Man City game, or how do you look at it? Do you feel like this game is a must win or whatever? I don't think it's a must win. I don't think it's a must win. It's an away game against Atalanta, the Europa League champions. They beat Leverkusen 3-0. They beat Liverpool 3-0 last season. So they're not a terrible team. We did have a couple of chances, and that is why Paul are going to talk about it again. So today I'm going to talk about a lot on a couple of players. 2 players I'm going to talk about in this match reaction. I don't think they played well at all today, and it's a bit of a concern for both of them, but we'll talk about them. So my prediction was 2-1 for the game. I did say it could actually end up 1-1, but I didn't think it was going to be a 0-0, but it is another clean sheet, and a tough week against Tottenham, Atalanta, and Man City. So far, it's a win and a draw. If you can get through the Man City game without losing, I think that is a week that I'll take, because after that the games become easy. I think this is a very tough week, like playing Tottenham away and then traveling to Atalanta away. Man City have just played the home game and then playing Man City over the weekend. I don't think it's an easy week at all. So let's get to the match reaction. This is the lineup that we want for today. We made a couple of changes. So Timber, Gabriel, Saliba, Ben White started at the back. That is what I thought that I would do personally. I thought we'd go for maybe a Kivio or Calafiori, rest Timber, because we don't want Timber to just play 90 minutes every single day. He's coming back from a serious injury. Midfield of Partey, Rice, and Kai Havertz. Havertz played as a number 10 today. Nice to have Declan Rice back. As I said as well in the preview, I would have rested Thomas Partey for this one, played Jorginho, and then up front, Martinelli, Jesus, and Saka. So I was surprised to see Gabriel Jesus getting a start, but he did get a start, and he was our captain today. As I said as well, I would have rested Saka and played Sterling on that side, but I decided to go with that. And on the bench, we had Neto, Kivio, Calafiori, Jorginho, Sterling, Trossard, Nwaneri, Lewis Kelly, Butler, Oyedeji, Salah, Goa, and Potter. So that squad is good enough, to keep a clean sheet and to give Atalanta a tough test. That is a very good team. Yes, maybe Havertz is not really a midfield, and that's supposed to be Odegaard in that creative position. Yeah. But looking at that team, that is still a team that has a lot of experience, and it's still a team that can take on Atalanta. And it's not a team that I would be scared if you have that team out there playing whichever team. I'd not be scared. Like, our defense is intact. Declan Rice back. Saka is there from the knock of he was very tired against the last team that we played against Tottenham. Saka was out, and he was very, very tired in that game. He had cramp, but all of them are back. And on the bench, he had a couple of players to bring on, like Calafiori, Jorginho, Sterling, Trossard. I was okay with the lineup totally. I thought, listen, if you just try and get a goal, and Nick 1-0 or whatever, get out of there without losing the game. We need to make one thing clear, by the way. I know some people maybe are looking at it like this is a terrible performance, which I agree, it wasn't that great, but maybe a lot of people are looking at it like, now we definitely needed to win. I don't look at it like that. The kind of week we had, I was looking at it like, listen, beat Tottenham and then you make sure you get through the other 2 games without losing. I think that is a good way, because we are missing key players in terms of creativity, especially. We are really, really badly missing Odegaard, and no Marine in that midfield as well. And Calafiori just coming back from an injury. Yes, the forward player should be able to do the job, Martinelli, Saka, and Jesus, but wasn't the case. Now let's start. I actually said you're going to speak about 2 players. Let's speak about 3. So the first 10 minutes of the game, it is a bit of middle of the game, playing in the middle, and Jesus and Timber, a couple of nice touches here and there, losing the ball a lot. Many of our players and many of their players, no one could keep possession. But actually, the first 14 minutes of that game, the first 15 minutes of that game, Arsenal had 4 shots and Atalanta had 0. We had 2 on target, including a free kick that Saka took. Saka was looking lively in the first 15 minutes, won a couple of free kicks, and he took one, almost went in, but the goalkeeper made a very good, not a very good save, but he did make a save. But it was looking okay. The first 20 minutes was looking okay. You're not going to go to those away teams in the Champions League and dominate them. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that at all. I mean, we got an example last season. We lost at Lens, we won 2-1 at Sevilla, we we drew with PSV, we lost to Porto, and we lost to Bayern Munich. So last season, we actually only won one of the 5 away games in the Champions League. So it's not easy to, playing at those atmospheres and stuff. And Atalanta is a good team, that they're Europa League champions. But I was very happy the first 20 minutes of the game. Saka was looking lively. Jesus and Partey and Timber, yes, they were having some good touches, but they lost the ball a couple of times. But nothing really happened from that. So listen, I was okay with how the game was going. If you go to the second half, 0-0, just try and take your chances. As long as you take your chances, it's absolutely fine. You can get out of there with the 1-0 or 1-1, whatever. Literally, the next 25 minutes of that first half, I'm not lying to you, if you watch that game, nothing else happened. Between the 20th minute and the 45th minute, literally nothing happened. So just, a couple of fouls, couple of misplaced passes, just a lot of, a lot of nothing, I guess, from both teams. Nothing really was happening, and both teams kind of looked happy to go to halftime 0-0. Arsenal are happy to just keep the clean sheet intact. We come to the second half and try and get a goal, and Atalanta didn't really attack us too much in that first half. Everything was very, very quiet. Now, second half, what did we need? We needed to, calm it down, get to like the 60th minute, still 0-0, and then you can use your bench, bring on Trossard, bring on Sterling, bring on the likes of Calafiori, and then you can try and nick a goal. If it can't work out, you can take the 0-0 and get out of there. It's not the worst result. You're not going to win all 8 out of 8 Champions League games in the group phase or the league phase. You could win 4 or 5, to be honest. I mean, you still have some really tough fixtures coming up. As long as you don't lose. If you can't win, don't lose the game. And he did not look that trade 2 minutes into the second half. Thomas Partey. We are going to cover them even more deeply in terms of talking about them in detail in the player rating video coming after this. But Thomas Partey gave away the foul. Now, I didn't want Thomas Partey to start today anyway. I wanted Jorginho to start because I don't want Partey to play 90 minutes every single time because of the injuries and stuff. I want him to get rested. Now, the reason I was very worried against Tottenham over the weekend was that midfield of Partey and Jorginho. If they play by themselves, like Partey with Rice and someone else, or Jorginho with Rice and someone else, absolutely fine. Jorginho did incredibly well for us last season, and Partey was out injured, and Partey still has the quality. But both of them together was wide at the weekend. But they did very, very well. They did very well over the weekend. Now, today, Partey was giving away the ball again a lot of times, and that is very, very worrying. You can definitely tell, I'm hoping he does recover, in terms of we still need him badly this season. He needs to be in that team. But you can easily say he's not going to be here next season. The first 5 games of the season, he's had a lot of misplaced passes. People are now, the way people look at Zinchenko and they're like, okay, let's target Zinchenko's wing. That is how I'm hearing the opposition fans talking about Partey, let's target Partey's a bit slower, which is true. One thing I'm always worried about Partey these days is his recovery runs. When you get past him, I always say he's not going to catch up with you because he's a bit slower. But everything else, if he's has position of the ball, and he's having a good game, and he has someone good next to him and stuff, he's going to dominate the game absolutely fine. But the way he gave away that foul, the way the player went past him, and the way he let's use silly. The way he gave away that free kick in such a silly way, that penalty, it's such a silly way. There was no need of doing that at all. Absolutely no need of giving away that penalty. Let him shoot. If he scores, fine. You don't give away the penalty in that situation. That was such it's such a silly way, such a stupid way of considering a penalty. It was because you're not going to recover. You're going to if you put the hands on him, he's going to drop down and he's going to ask for a penalty. It's as easy as that, because he knows the chances of them scoring a penalty and him scoring from that angle, him scoring a penalty has a better opportunity, so better odds. So he's going to try and get a penalty. So I did not like what Partey did that. Terrible, absolutely terrible way to consider penalty. And right then, that is one play that we're definitely going to talk about. I think I've said what I needed to say. I'm usually not 100% confident these days. When someone is running at Partey and stuff, I'm a bit worried because he doesn't have the pace, and he's been giving away a lot of the ball this season, which is very, very worrying. He gave away the penalty, and I was worried about them taking the lead, because when they take the lead, you need to start scoring your own goal. You need to start attacking them, and that could open you up and they can get a second goal. Step up David Raya. Now, David Raya rushed to talk to the goalkeeper coach, Inaki, and I don't know what Inaki told him, but it worked. That was an incredible double save. I did not think anyone would match the save that David Raya made against Aston Villa. he actually did it, and him himself, four incredible saves within 2 weeks. He already won save of the month last season in the last month in the Premier League. That could easily be Champions League saves of the season, the whole season, even up until the final. Like, he saved the penalty, and then you're thinking, oh no, they're going to score the rebound, but he jumps again. On the other side, the reflexes, the way he got up right away and saved it on the other side as well. That was an incredible double save. And yet again, we've played 4 games in the Premier League and 1 in the Champions League. He won us the Aston Villa game. If we would have gone behind in that game, we would have gone behind in the Wolves game as well. So he's made some really, really crucial saves, and I'm so happy that he's doing well, because there was a lot going on last season, and Ryan Ramsdale leaving us this season. There's still people who are not happy about that. So it's so pleasing to see him, contributing to the team's performances at the beginning of the season. And he won the Golden Glove last season, yes, but a lot of people are saying, nah, it's just because of the Arsenal defense. Right, it's not really a good goalkeeper. It's Gabriel, it's Saliba, it's Ben White, it's those guys defending him. No. Now we know that Raya is a very, very good goalkeeper. 5 games this season has been incredible in 4 of them. Like, I gave him, I think, a 10 out of 10 against Aston Villa. I gave him a very high rating as well against Tottenham, like the way he's collecting the ball, the saves he made against Tottenham. He's been incredible for us this season, and hope he continues. I was very, very lucky getting away with that, and Thomas Partey should be thanking him quite a lot, because he really saved us in that situation. And then after that, we made a couple of subs. Jorginho and Trossard came on for Partey and Jesus. What was annoying me a lot about Jesus today was the offsides. He was caught offside 3 times today. Like, he did not time his run at all, a bit lazy, coming back and making the run again, and he was losing the ball way too many times. So not a great performance from Jesus. I'm going to excuse him for this one game. Remember what I said in the first game of the season with Partey and Gabriel and Saliba when they lost the ball against Wolves in the first game? I said, listen, it's the second game, fine. I'm going to let you have 1 or 2 games to see how you're going to catch up with the rest of the team. So this is the first start that Jesus has had all season, but there's not too much room for errors and stuff. So the next time he plays, he needs to improve quite a lot. So he was our captain today as well, but not the best performance at all. Partey went off, Jesus went off, Jorginho came on, Trossard came on. Trossard looked very lively when he came on, and then Sterling also came on, Calafiori came on, Saka went off, Timber went off, and then the 74th minute we had another chance before that. Martinelli did have a chance that he put off target in the first half around the 17th minute. You have to put it on target. You have to put that shot on target. But that was not the most clear-cut chance. But the one in the second half, you have to take that. There's no excuse. And the moment Martinelli went through, I felt something very painful. Whenever Martinelli has been here for a long time, since 2018, 2019, 2020 there, and he's been here for like 6-7 seasons, and he's been one of our best finishers for sure. And every time Martinelli goes through, the other squad we've had the last 4 years, I feel like Martinelli is the one that I usually feel like, oh, Martinelli is through, he's going to score. Example, last season against Sevilla away from home, he passes 1-on-1, and I'm like, he's going to score this. This is our best finisher. I even said last season, if it's a 1-on-1 chance, I prefer Martinelli ahead of Saka. That is what I said last season. I was like, listen, he's going to score. Today, I felt something that I've never felt before with Martinelli. He went through 1-on-1, and I was like, is he going to score? Is he going to score? Is he going to... That was very scary. That was very, very scary. Even forget about the miss. That was very scary. The feeling that I had that, I'm not sure if he's going to score. That is one player that I always felt like he's going to score this. He's going to score this. Now that has disappeared because of the poor form that he had last season and the start of the season he's had this time. It's bad. It's really bad. And it's not like, the confidence is very short. You can tell the confidence is very, very low. Now, I have a question for you guys before I talk more about him. Would you continue playing him through the bad form and hope that he gains his confidence back, or you just bench him for even 2 or 3 games and don't care at all, and then you bring him on sometime after 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Because it's not looking good at the moment at all, and his confidence is short, and I'm sure he knows, like, now against Man City, he definitely does not start. He's not in my lineup, and I'm sure many of you would say he's not in your lineup. Like, there's now Trossard, there's Sterling, players who can play that, and he does not deserve to start. Like, Arteta's even been persistent with him. He's given him a lot of opportunities, play, keep on playing. Let's see how you do. But it's not working at the moment, and it's not looking good. Like that was a very bad miss. And in such a game, away from home against Bayern, Atalanta, Inter Milan, Man City, you're going to get 1 or 2 chances. You have to take them. And he didn't take it, and he didn't even put it on target. That is even worse. Twice today, he didn't put it on target. So that is quite a worry. But I'll talk about him more in the player ratings that is coming up after this. After that, again, nothing really much happened. I was just like, listen, if you can't get the win, just go away with the draw. We had only a couple of corners. Nothing really much happened in that game in terms of the stats today. We had 6 shots. They had 8. Each of the goalkeepers made 2 saves each. We only had 2 corner kicks today. The second one was good from Saka, but it kind of went out. Passes, they had more than us. Free kicks, we had 7. We didn't have a yellow card today at all. Listen, nothing much happened in the rest of the game. We are currently 20th in the table with 1 point, but listen, the table is so close. If you win next time, you can jump from 20th to 7th. You just need to win your home games now. PSG next time is not an easy game as well, but the home games now, we need better performances, more attacking performances. If you win all your home games and then try and get a win at Girona, and then if you can finish unbeaten, go and draw at Inter Milan and maybe draw at Sporting as well. That is 18 points. That is absolutely fine. That will put you in the top 5 or top 4 maybe even. So not a bad draw. We had a couple of chances to take it. And listen, anyone else maybe trust in that position scores. Maybe Gyökeres, as people have said, in that position scores. Yes. But listen, I'll take the draw as long as we didn't lose. We had a very tough week, so I will take the draw. I'll catch up with you guys in the player rating. Let me know what you made of the game and which player disappointed you the most. Which player caught your eye the most, which player played the best today. Let me know. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.